All right, let's talk about something for a second. What if I told you there's one single instrument that connects the old school songs your parents love, the huge solos in epic movies, and that viral sound you just can't get out of your head? Well, stick around because we're about to crack the code.
Now, seriously, think about it for a sec. You've got like super smooth jazz, massive rock anthems, and that pop song that was literally all over TikTok last month. On the surface, they seem completely different, right? But they all share one secret weapon.
Yep, you guessed it. The saxophone. This thing is basically a musical chameleon. It just pops up everywhere, and today we are absolutely going to figure out its superpower.
Okay, so let's start with the origin story. I mean, to really get the saxophone, you got to go back to the beginning and meet the guy who came up with it.
So, get this. Way back in the 1840s, this inventor, his name was Adolphe Sax, he has this wild idea. He's thinking, what if I could make an instrument that has the smooth sound of, say, a clarinet, but with the massive power of a trumpet? And just like that, boom, the saxophone was born. It was so powerful and just plain cool that military bands started using it almost immediately. But its real big break, that came in the early 1900s when it became the absolute superstar of jazz.
All right, so here's the thing. It's not just one saxophone. It's a whole family, a whole crew. Seriously, think of it like a video game, choose your character screen. Each one has totally different stats and its own unique vibe. So let's meet the main squad. First up, you've got the soprano. It's got that high, bright sound, kind of like the quick scout character in a game. Then there's the alto. This is your classic all-arounder. Super smooth, can pretty much fit in anywhere. Next is the tenor. The tenor. This is your heavy hitter, with that full, warm sound you hear on all those famous solos. And finally, the baritone. This is the tank. It's got this super deep, resonant voice that just grounds everything.
So if you're sitting there thinking, you know what, I kind of want to try this, the alto is almost always the way to go. It's just the perfect size to start with, the sound is incredible, and it's the one you'll see most often in school bands. It really is the perfect starter character.
Okay, but how does this thing actually work? Like, what's going on inside? Let's pop the hood and check out the tech.
Believe it or not, it's actually pretty simple. So step 1, you blow air into the mouthpiece. Step 2, that air makes a tiny little piece of wood called a reed vibrate incredibly fast. Step 3, that buzzing sound travels all the way down the brass tube. And step 4, you press the keys to change the pitch. Yeah, it's kind of like pressing down on a guitar string. Super straightforward.
All right, here's a key term for you. It sounds fancy, but it's not. The word is embouchure. And all it means is the way a player shapes their mouth around the mouthpiece. See, it's not just about blowing air. It's about making all these tiny little adjustments to get the perfect tone. The best way to think about it, it's like the joystick on your controller. It's what gives you that super precise control over the sound.
And that brings us back to what might be the single most important part, that little reed. Seriously, that little piece of wood is everything. Think of it like the starter for a car's engine. I mean, you can have the most powerful engine ever, but if you can't start it, you get nothing. It's the exact same with the sax. No reed vibration means, well, no sound. Period.
Okay, so once you've got the basics down, it's time to level up. It's time to unlock the special moves. This is how the pros add all that expression and style that makes the sax sound so amazing.
You see, a note is never just a note for a good sax player. They can use something called vibrato to give it that wobbly, really emotional feel. Or they can play staccato. Those are those short, sharp, punchy notes. The opposite of that is legato, where all the notes just flow together seamlessly. Tonguing is a cool technique where you use your tongue to make each note start really clearly. And then, for the experts, there's altissimo. That's the expert-level skill for hitting those ridiculously high notes. It's basically like unlocking the final boss level in a game.
And really, this all goes back to Adolphe Sax's original idea. The saxophone has the delicate expression of a woodwind instrument, but the raw power of a brass instrument. That's its whole secret, right? It's literally the best of both worlds, all in one package.
Okay, so where can you actually hear this thing out in the wild? Well, trust me, it is probably all over your favorite playlists already.
I mean, just look at this. Obviously, it's a total giant in jazz and swing. But check out how much it shows up in rock and pop, too. And yeah, you'll even hear it in concert bands, classical music, and of course, marching bands. This instrument really does get around. So, from now on, here's a little challenge for you. The next time you're watching a movie with an epic score, or even just scrolling through your feed and hear a viral sound, listen closely for it.
I bet you're going to start noticing that the saxophone is the secret ingredient in so much of the stuff you already love.
So, look, if you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this. The saxophone is a super versatile instrument that uses a tiny, vibrating reed and a big brass body to make a powerful, expressive sound, a sound that you can find in pretty much every style of music out there.
And now it's your turn. The next time you put your headphones on, I want you to really listen. Can you spot the sax? Can you maybe even tell if it's an alto or a tenor? Now that you know the tech behind the tone, what song are you going to hear in a completely new way?